I hope Jesse Marsh gets the job when when Greg gets fired.
No, it'll be
Yo,
Jim, and
that was a
then
great way to open up
No.
our live show. What is up, everybody? We are hoping for Jesse Marsh. No, we're just kidding.
No, we're
But
not.
it is
Are we, though?
we're not. It's time to watch the U.S. men's national team play a game where the wind chill makes it feel like anywhere between -8 and -12 degrees against a Honduras team that is already eliminated from Qatar. So
Trap game.
this is going to be a fun time. How are you guys feeling? Justin Balds against Ernie Stewart. Friedberg, how are you doing tonight, my man?
like I said, fuck Ernie Stewart. I mean, the whole one system thing. Apparently, the U.S. Soccer Federation did not learn from the Union that Ernie Stewart does not know how to run shit. But here we are. It's cold as shit there. Apparently, thank God we're. Comparatively, it's tropical here, and
It's like 38 degrees outside right now. Perfect
pretty
temp
close.
for a game.
Pretty
It was like 40 degrees. I was happy today. It was so nice outside.
Yeah, it was a good day.
But honestly, listen, I'm excited for this game. I think we talked about the lineups before, what we thought the lineups were going to be. I was at least glad I was right on the benching Christian Pulisic because he's been hot garbage both games, turning the ball over in bad situations and just not finding passes, not sharp, and it's been this carryover from his Chelsea days. The midfield's gonna be interesting with McKennie, De La Torre, and Acosta. But I'm interested to see how that front three of Jordan Morris, Ricardo Pepi, and Tim Weah. I mean, for all we talk about Jordan Morris, him and Tim Weah can stretch the field. So I'm hoping that they can at least get behind this defense that hopefully doesn't want to spoil things because 3 points here would go a long way to setting up a hopefully relatively easier situation come the last window.
Yeah, you're not wrong about that. Zach Labasso, you opened us up with some good Jesse Marsh talk, but how are you feeling tonight as we're in the first minute of this game here?
In terms of do I think we're gonna win? Yeah, for sure. But in terms of how I feel about the fact that this game's actually being played right now, and that anyone with a brain that's getting paid the amount of money that the guys at the top of the USSF are getting paid thought that this was a good idea because they wanted to gain a competitive advantage against the team that is already out of the US or is already out of qualifying. Is a little crazy to me that's allowed to happen because this team's too talented to lose to Honduras anywhere, no matter how many fans are in the stands from whatever team. Could have played in Miami, we would have won, and everyone would have been comfortable. We could have played in Northern California, everyone would have been happy. We would have won. We could have played in a dome. We could have played in New York or in Philly. Everyone would have been happy. But no, we have to play in Minnesota where people are probably going to get frostbite. And it's just real garbage from the Federation.
I'm not understanding what I think the ref just told Matt Turner to take off the quarterback hand warmer.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he was trying to hide it under his jersey there.
I don't understand the like what is I don't understand that. I mean, I understand they allowed him to wear the balaclavas on their heads, but
I respect the fact that I'm pretty sure no one's wearing leggings. I respect that. Maybe the center back right here for Honduras, but everyone on the U.S. team, no one's wearing leggings, and I respect it. I'm not a big leggings guy myself.
De La Torre looks like his pants are like halfway down his butt. With or they're just really big shorts, man.
Maybe that's the case, and we just lost Zach, so we'll try to get him back in here in a minute.
Oh man, that was actually almost a good play from the U.S. there to get Jordan Morris free. I mean, the ball hung up a little bit, But
No, maybe because it's really windy in St. Paul, Minnesota, where the wind chill is -12.
I mean, maybe. I don't know. I just hope that this U.S. team can just put a few passes together. That was the most infuriating thing for me watching them play against Canada, was when one of the wingers or like an outside back would just kind of sit on the ball and there was no movement and no intent to pass the ball. It was all about dominating the ball but not really doing anything with it.
It's all about XG, man. It's
Oh,
all
you
about
know what?
XG.
You know what was frustrating?
Yeah.
Was Greg Berhalter taking off Brendan Aronson in the 69th minute when
for
you know
Jordan
the
Morris.
only success that you had in that game was stretching the back line, and Christian Pulisic was having a terrible game.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have cared if it had been Jordan Morris, Paul Arriola, Brendan Aronson, and Ricardo Pepi all up front, just bombing it down, just keep launching the ball. Steven Vittoria is not exactly fast,
Right.
and you stretch that back line, and you saw there were holes. But again, no one was crashing. Christian Pulisic was having a terrible game, and Greg Berhalter is God. I don't know what the fuck he's doing.
Yeah.
We have no identity, like attacking wise. Like Canada comes in and they're like, we're gonna sit deep and we're gonna counter you, and it worked. We don't do anything particularly well.
I mean, we had great individual players, but there's not
which is awesome, and it shows that like we're good enough talent wise to beat anyone in the federation, like with ease, really. But when you don't have a manager that can instill the right mentality and culture and tactics into the team, it doesn't do any good. Like you can't, like I couldn't take charge of Man City right now and make them play like Pep Guardiola does. I couldn't just say go out there and do that without them ever having I'd be like, watch Barca from 2011. You guys are good enough to do that, so go do that. That doesn't work.
Yeah,
but
I don't know. I still have trouble understanding his tactics for this national team, and maybe it's just been in this window that they really looked out of sorts, but it just doesn't look like the U.S., like how they used to look. Like I got jerseys behind me of Landon Donovan and Clint Dempsey, and this does not look like any team that would have them on it. Like it was always, long balls over the top, have them run onto it, at least try to do something and attack that way, not hold on to the ball and just look mediocre, not being able to string passes together.
Yeah, I forget also that Albert Elise is also
very good player.
Is on the field for
which he is no longer on that Portuguese club that Reggie Cannon's on. He quickly
Bonavista or whatever it is.
Yeah, he quickly left to someone team the French league.
Yeah,
I want to say.
AK Gaming. There's no Parcero tonight. He's out covering. I believe there's another Sixers game tonight. And possibly a Flyers game. Is there another Flyers game?
I don't know. I've been barely paying attention.
I mean, I know the Flyers are.
Who cares about the Flyers?
I'm soccer and hockey first, but I barely watch the Flyers game.
Yeah, Flyers been a little hard to watch. I did tune in a little bit last night, and they won. So maybe I just have to watch the games or something. But that would just be torture for me. But yeah, that's where he is.
I'd rather be tortured by the U.S. men's national team.
I am
we are.
Because at least I have the memories of some fun times. That's how I feel.
Oh yeah, no, I keep thinking back to Thursday. Thursday was good. Thursday was a nice
like Tim, when you were but see, Thursday wasn't even good. Like Thursday was we won. Like that was it, and you were there, which is a cool experience. But in terms of like the game, it's like it wasn't good. Like we didn't.
No, it was not a good game.
Yeah.
I mean, it was better than Sunday and better than so far.
Sure. Not according to Gray.
Oh, there it is. Let's go.
How much earlier are you than me? Son of a bitch.
I believe that was Weston McKennie getting the header.
Of course, dude. He's a demon in the air.
I mean, this is what needed to happen. You got to score early. And I said it after the Canada game. I was like, the U.S. is going to win against Honduras, but they need to win by like 2 or 3 goals.
But they also have to look good. Like
That's
they can't look like garbage.
Yeah.
I mean, the funny thing is, like, I don't think people understand it. Like, I don't know if a lot of people watch Weston McKennie at Juve, but this is not an unusual thing.
Right.
No, it's not. He scores a lot of headers.
He's a monster in the air, and he forced, as I wrote in the article, which you should read if you go to the Philly Sports Network.
Hey.
He created the only real chance the U.S. had, which forced an incredible save.
Yeah, that save was wild.
Oh, that save was with Milan Borjan, I will say, with bringing back the sweatpants.
Oh, he looked good. He looked good, man.
They're not just sweatpants, man. They're gray sweatpants.
Oh, listen. I had to, like, someone made a joke that was it the last, he's bringing it back like the Hungarian goalie that played in the Premier League for a little bit, was big back in the like Euro 2018, 2016 or whatever. But like, honestly, this is the start for the U.S. that, I mean, I know Honduras is Honduras, but at the same time, like you have to you gotta play this way against this kind of a team.
Yeah,
it's just without teams like this, like obviously, you should be showing up against Canada, but I mean, you get points when you get points.
Do we also agree that like Stefan over Turner now, like at this point in time? Because I think that is very clear to me.
No,
I was clear with that. That was my thought last window, and then whatever happened with him not being able to play in Columbus.
He's having back spasms, I think.
Oh, okay. Yeah, like
for me, it's still Matt Turner.
Weston.
I think with the injuries and stuff, I understand Stefan's good with his feet, but I like Matt Turner in terms of the shot stopping ability.
Dude, I don't know. That first goal against Canada, man, he should have saved that. He should
that's a good. First of all, Miles Robinson hitting the deck.
For sure, but he also starts that with his awful this.
Yeah, but Kyle Larin, despite people, is a quality finisher. People forgot about him,
but he got a hand on it.
So I think the thing that I heard a lot of people talking about with Kyle Larin and his ability to shoot is his wind up. And I forget, I think a lot of people were talking about this on the Extra Time podcast. I know not everyone's a fan of that one, but they were saying that Larin's wind up is so short, and Turner relies mainly his shot stopping abilities relying on reading that wind up. So when Larin has a quick one, Turner can really only get a fingertip to it. And we should really say that the goal kick needs to go wide. And then the second ball,
not like 40 yards.
One Zardes needs to win the freaking header, and then the second ball, someone needs to be on the back of, I forget which Canadian midfielder was there, but you need to be on their back when there's a second ball, and then you got to run with Kyle Larin. So there's 4 things that went wrong with that goal, but I don't know. I think I would still like Zach Steffen. I still want to see him. I think we'll probably see him against either Mexico or Panama in the next window.
Yeah, as long as he's healthy, of course.
Yeah.
I'd say maybe in Mexico.
Yeah.
Because
his show me game. Like Berhalter puts him in and be like, yo, listen, you couldn't play in the last window. Show me what you got. And
I think at home, I think it's Panama. You get a win at home. But I think people were worried. But I think playing in Panama is a whole different animal.
Yeah.
And you're playing in Orlando, you're playing in a city well. I think you win there.
Essentially, if this is a win, you need, out of the Mexico and Panama game, if you get 4 points from those 2 games, you're in.
A draw might be optimistic
I agree. I think it's very optimistic.
I would say a draw in Costa Rica would be okay. I'd be okay with that.
Yeah, I was more so saying if you want the scenario of how do
the last game doesn't matter
qualify with before the last game, it's draw Mexico, win Panama at home.
Oh, I think 5 points. I think 5 points in the last window is the perfect situation, assuming. Or maybe you steal a win in Costa Rica.
I think they. I'm gonna sound crazy, but I think they beat Mexico.
You think? I mean, Tata is on the hot seat, and it's not. The Azteca is not as much of a fortress lately. As
if Mexico loses tonight to Panama, because that game is on at 10:00, then
I think
Tata's going to get fired before the next window.
You think they would fire a coach?
I think they would fire him before the next window.
You know why? Because they have standards, Justin. Unlike us, we don't have standards.
Well, no,
we're apparently okay with mediocrity and just qualifying. And that's it.
Zach, apparently their standards aren't high because have they won a World Cup?
No.
Then yeah, like their standards aren't apparently as high. We've won Gold Cups. Let's not overinflate.
Listen, I'm just saying. All right. If Greg was in the same scenario, right, and we lost to Panama tonight, he wouldn't be fired.
Yeah.
Because Panama's in 4th, and they're a good opponent.
Ooh.
And man, at least just try to get some.
He wasn't far off.
Oh! Did he just tell Pepe to get up after the dude freaking?
Yeah, his arm flailed back and hit him in the face. Yeah,
he body checked him. He body checked him like in the lower.
I don't think that's a foul. I think that's just it's cold out.
Yeah.
No, I'd say he
unless the elbow hits him in the face.
Well, no, if you look, he shields the ball as the ball
not a foul. That's not
away.
Foul. That's not foul.
Oh, that's a foul. That's 100%.
That's not foul.
He makes no effort. He makes no effort to go to the ball.
He's shielding the ball. He's shielding it.
You make no effort to go to the ball. You can't shield the ball.
He has possession of it. He has possession of it.
No, he does not.
The ball. That's not foul.
The ball's going away. You cannot argue he's got possession. The ball.
That is not if I did that and got called the foul on me, I would be livid. Livid.
I would 100% understand if that's a call because you literally did not establish possession. The ball is bouncing away. You turn and back into the player when you're not near the end line. There's no.
Now that was more of a foul. That was way more of a foul. What just happened?
Yeah. To be fair, though, wasn't the Honduras player trying to like keep his space? I don't know if it's foul.
I agree, Tim. I don't think that's foul.
He's backing into him.
If he uses his body to legitimately like run into Pepe, then maybe it's a foul.
Which he did.
I don't know.
I think he's shielding.
It's his momentum, isn't it?
He's shielding.
On the crappy field.
He's shielding that ball.
Momentum. He leans into Pepe.
He's shielding it. He's shielding it.
Oh, hold on. Now they're looking at Pepe. I think he's got a bloody nose. So you might be right, Justin. We got.
Yeah.
No. If he gets elbowed in the face, that's a totally different story.
Okay.
If there's no elbow, it's not a foul.
Fair. You can't body check someone in the middle of the field.
I don't think that's a body check, man. I really don't think
that ball is bouncing away from him.
Yeah, and he's about
at his feet. You could say he's holding to hold on possession.
But even if the ball's bouncing away, right? But he's shielding Pepe away and then gonna go to it. So that's technically still his ball.
No,
it's implied possession.
Going away, you chase after it.
It's implied possession. No. You're creating space for yourself.
Yeah, I could flip my arm and create space and go,
that's not a foul. Here we go. We're going to show it again. He looks to throw his body into him. That doesn't.
But it's like, think about it like this, right? If the ball gets played over the top and me and a defender are running next to each other and I run right in front of him and slow down a bit, but keep running forward, that's not a foul either.
He's purposely body checking Pepe to create the space.
But I don't think that's a he did get elbowed in the face. That's a foul.
I've done that many a times as someone who used to play in the middle of the field because I am very short. So the only way I'm going to get the ball from you is by like trying to get as low to the ground as possible to have your long legs not get to the ball.
Oh, trust me, I got away with that too as a striker, but it was a foul. I just didn't get a call because I was short.
I would be livid if they call like if I didn't if I was that guy and didn't elbow Pepe, if they call that foul, I would be so angry.
I know the USA got this early goal. We're 18 minutes in, but they just had a clear chance for a counterattack, and they couldn't string a freaking pass together. And this is what really frustrates me. Even if it's like the cold, that's affecting how you're playing. Like
oh my god, yeah.
It's just not.
I think that's. That's Reggie Cannon not playing much for the club, and he's a good right back, but I think he just. Okay, that's not a foul.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know right now.
Yeah, what?
Is there a
I'm
jersey
really
club?
surprised Dest did not start tonight.
I'm
sure he was like, I
not.
don't want to play in this cold. No, I don't.
I mean,
no.
I guess
Bring me
that's
back to
fair.
Barcelona. I don't want to play in this cold.
I guess that's fair. But I mean, he was like one of our best players against Canada.
I agree with you.
I'd argue Anthony Robinson had a better game.
I don't know. I feel like everything that happened came down that right side.
Dest
No,
had
Anthony
to
Robinson
Dest had to
was the
lock
one-
down Tajon, and I think he did a decent job.
Yeah, defensive. It was one of the
Wow.
best defensive performances I've
But
seen
that's the
from Dest,
thing.
for
He
sure.
was forced to be more defensive, and
Yeah.
Anthony Robinson was able to bomb it up the wings. I mean, unfortunately, at times I don't think Robinson should have gotten the ball because I think Pulisic should have played the pass to the other side. But at the same time, Robinson was throwing the ball in there. You just had freaking Giassi Zardes, who
Ugh.
I still
I
don't
love Robinson.
understand why he started that game.
Yeah.
The man has no speed, not a lick of
Dude,
speed.
I don't get how, why, besides the center backs, why any of these MLS players are starting. They haven't played in so long.
I mean, Walker Zimmerman, I get because Walker
No,
Zimmerman.
the center back's totally different. Just because, I would two of our better center backs play in the MLS.
Yeah,
I think honestly,
Walker
right now,
Zimmerman
Robinson
easily.
and Zimmerman might be the starting pair for a World Cup, which is ridiculous to say.
Well,
but,
I think
yeah.
honestly, I think Chris Richards had a good game. It's just a shame he got hurt.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, we'll see how the summer goes and the friendlies and stuff. But right now it seems to be like that, which I'm totally fine with because they're two very good. But everyone else, I know if I haven't played a game in 2 months, I'm gonna be way less in tune with playing.
Yeah, that was
Dude, I love it.
That's a corner kick.
Yeah,
I love Anthony Robinson so much. Yeah,
Why is that a
it
corner kick? That's a save.
It might have just bounced over his hand. I just saw the first shot. Do they show a replay?
Oh, it just barely bounces over his glove.
Let's see.
Yeah, that's what it looked like at first.
Maybe. Oh,
Anthony Robinson is so good I don't really watch him play for Fulham very often, but
so that's the thing. Initially, I think everyone seemed to.
I think he touches that. I think that's
but so I think the thing with Anthony Robinson, and it's something that I've been debating the last few years, but I think I've come to the conclusion, and I think it's a train of thought that I came into as I've watched him play. I think initially Anthony Robinson was not the guy, not the answer at left back. And I think that's also before he really got consistent playing time with Fulham. When they were in the Premier League that season, Anthony Robinson was getting pretty regular starts. In the championship, he's been getting regular starts. He's developed into a solid fullback / wingback. And I arguably think that because of how he's been playing, I think it's no longer a question of, you need Serginho Dest to play on the left so that he can maybe play Reggie Cannon on the right. No, it's
no,
Anthony Robinson
absolutely
on
not.
the left and keep Dest at his natural position on the right hand side.
Yeah. I still think they should try Pulisic on the right because I think that chemistry that him and Dest have together is very, very good.
I disagree only because they both like to cut inside, and I don't know.
Well,
I would like Dest more to overlap.
See, I think Pulisic likes to
on the right hand side.
I think Pulisic likes to cut in more on the left because it goes to his strong foot. Whereas I feel like Dest is more two-footed than Pulisic, so he could possibly take that overlapping role or the underlapping role and go inside, where Pulisic would then be the one going down the wing, going end line and playing balls low and hard towards the PK spot.
Yeah, I would much rather have Pulisic on the right side doing that than being on the left side and feeling like he has to be messy, because that's exactly what he's trying to cut inside and stand on the ball and dance on the ball, and he's not messy. When Pulisic is the Christian Pulisic we all know and love, he can definitay do that. Oh yeah, for sure. But right now he's not that.
But there was literally in the Canada game that Mo Adu did a pretty good point, or it might have been Stu Holden. There was a moment when Pulisic cut inside and he lost the ball where the shot got blocked against Canada. He had a one-on-one moment with Alistair Johnston, he could have easily just taken it down the line and created the chance. Christian Pulisic, when he's on his form, does that.
Right.
Instead, he cuts it inside. He's not comfortable. He loses the ball.
I think that's how the U.S. want him to play, though. Unfortunately, I think that's Berhalter's system is when you get up there, you're as the winger now supposed to cut sort of inside near the box, and then you have your fullback kind of overlap and, play them or, look for a shot or look for, some interplay with a striker.
And I think that open, like when Gio is in and will play in the middle, I think the wingers cutting in will open up a lot more opportunities because of how creative Gio is.
Yeah.
Whereas right now, like Moose is still very raw in terms of passing and finding that like he's good on the ball dribbling wise, but passing wise, he's still very raw. Weston's not that like super creative guy. And obviously Tyler Adams is further back, but when Gio's in there, I think the wingers cutting in is good, but that's the same thing. Like if that's Greg's tactics, you can't always play it and just assume every person you play there can do that job because they can't. You have to adjust and be creative and I just don't see that ever happening. Like unless Greg's ideal 11 is out there, which hell, if, for all I know, Leggett could be one of those 11. Who knows? It's not going to work for him. And I think missing Gio this window has been like huge in terms of like why they've looked as poor as they have.
Yeah. They've pretty much missed Gio all of World Cup qualifying, right? Has he even
He was there last window?
No, I don't think he was this season.
Or was the last time he was there the Nations League?
It might have been Nations League.
Yeah, because he's been hurt most of these last couple windows.
Yeah. Oh, hey, look at our boy Steve coming in, talking about Robinson at Fulham. Great going forward, modern day left back.
No, 100%. Everything about that is true. But I think the modern day fullback, you just look at like Trent Alexander-Arnold.
Yeah, Trent might be one of the worst defensive fullbacks I've ever seen in my life.
The dude can hit a free kick and can cross the ball in.
Well, and that's why you invest in center backs because then they can cover. Like
and Zach, you would say like João Cancelo, not really great defensively, but the dude can.
I don't even think he's an outside back. He's like a left forward that just kind of like floats in that middle area. Like I don't even know what João Cancelo is anymore.
I call him like David Alaba. Like he's straight up like the same type of player that can be an outside back, a center mid, like whatever.
Cancelo is definitely the best wing back in the world right now. Like no doubt.
Yeah, I don't think there's any argument. He's definitely top 5 fullback in the Premier League easily, without question.
Yeah, I think he's number 1. I don't think there's anyone that's even close to him right now. Because even defensively, he's way better than Trent is.
Yeah.
But that like there's a reason why Virgil van Dijk plays on the right side because Trent gets exposed all the time. And Virgil van Dijk's just kind of there.
Yeah. Another point from Steve here. Center backs and CDMs will be key for Robinson's future.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
And that's the thing. The center backs that we have, and the good ones are relatively young. That's why at this point, I don't give a shit if John Brooks doesn't come back.
Yeah.
The center backs that you have outside of him
almost had the sauce there, Tim Weah.
Of a young age. You have your defense is young, but established themselves in key things over the see clubs all over the world. And your midfield, again, playing at high levels all over the world. Your main midfield, the MMA, McKinney, Musa, Adams, all playing in top leagues.
Gio's in there. Gio should be in.
See, I think Gio's in the front 3.
No, Gio goes in for Musa for me.
I don't think
Gio
so.
Goes in
I think that midfield is the MMA midfield.
It's going to be interesting because when that happens, Musa has played on a wing.
That's also true.
And he's very creative. So if you bring in Gio, you could put him in the middle, or you could put Gio out wide, but you can kind of interchange those two.
I still think
it displaces one of Weah, Aronson, and Pulisic, though. So that's
so my thought process right now, if I were to do like first game of the World Cup, everyone's healthy, everyone's in form, all that.
Yeah.
Back line would be the back line that we've been running. Robinson, Walker Zimmerman, Destin Robinson. That would be the back four. I would put Stefan in goal. You have midfield three of Adams at the base of that triangle, Weston and Gio in there. And then front three would be probably Tim Weah, Pepe, and Pulisic. Like everyone on form, everyone healthy. That would be my front three. I think
realistic. I mean, we talk about in form, but I think realistically, given everything at the moment, I think I'm still 50-50 on who starts in net. I unfortunately, despite what I've been saying, I feel like Stefan gets the edge. I mean, I'd like to see him actually get some playing time.
Honestly, I don't care who plays in goal. I think they
that's the least worst. That's like, yeah, they do. The only thing that sucks is when you watch, because you notice it more because it's during the run of play. When you watch, Matt Turner play, you notice the 6 kicks and you notice him playing out of the back way more than you would notice if like maybe Turner saves that reactionary shot, whereas Stefan didn't. Like that's like you could take, but like that Stefan playing out of the back is way better than Turner just by watching it.
But yeah, I think your back line definitely would be a Robinson. I'm gonna go Chris Richards. And
dude, why? Let's just play 5 at the back, 3 at the back, whatever you want to say, and just let Robinson and Des not even worry about defending. Just let them freaking go, man. 3-5-2. Have Pulisic play the 10, have Pulisic play up top with Pepe, and then you have Brendan Aronson play the 10. Actually, Gio would play the 10. I lied. Gio would play the 10.
I think there's too many players right now.
Yeah,
I think your midfield, realistically, and I said, is the MMA midfield. I think Musa, McKinney, and Adams are the midfield that seems to dominate the game and seems to really allow the front three to establish what they want to do. And then the front, I think Pulisic on a normal day, Pulisic, Pepe, and Weah, because Tim Weah, after all the injury shit he went through, to see him bounce back in this last year or so has been amazing. And it's something that I've been hoping for when we saw him come in and saw what he could do and go, okay, like this kid could be the real deal. And then he gets hurt and it's like,
ow. Right.
You see it to the point you're just like, come on.
So when we think Reyna's last game with the national team was the Nations League final against Mexico, where he started and scored and all that craziness ensued. Do you guys remember where he played? Was he playing in the midfield or was he playing on the wing?
I think he's playing the front three.
I know for a decent amount of Nations League he was playing in the front three. Let me go. All right, so Nations League final was US-Mexico. Okay, lineups. It says that it was all right, we apparently played a 3-4-3 that day, which okay, I guess. I don't know how accurate that is, but
if it's Google, it's not very accurate.
Because it says McKenzie, Brooks, and Ream, but then we also had Dest and Yedlin.
So
maybe it was a 3 at the back?
Well, I thought Yedlin was a sub in.
No, Yedlin got subbed out.
I don't remember. I couldn't pull up the lineup, so.
But anyway,
we talk about Panama beating Mexico. The perfect result would actually be Panama drawing Mexico.
True.
Yeah, you're not wrong about that.
We actually played a 3-4.
Costa Rica won. That would throw shit into fucking insanity.
All right, US-Mexico.
You got at Mexico, at Panama, at Costa Rica. I think the way Mexico's been playing, I go draw, win, and I'm gonna go win against Costa Rica. I think I think at that point you might still be fighting for it. So I think I could see them trying to pull it out.
Yeah, Gio wasn't there in the El Salvador, Canada, Honduras window last time.
Okay.
And then he also He wasn't there in the window after that, so yeah, he
I think
hasn't
he's been
played.
hurt a lot of this year.
He hasn't played in quite some time for the
He hasn't
national
played
team.
it. Then he hasn't played at all in World Cup qualifying.
That's the thing. Yeah, I think he's been hurt.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I think it a perfect time for him to get back into his side with his club and then come in for this final window against two of the biggest games of the window or of World Cup qualifying. I mean, at Mexico and at home against Panama.
But I think a healthy Gio starts no matter what. I don't know what position you play him in, but I think he has to start no matter.
It almost doesn't matter. And
I think genuinely he's the best. Like, he is the best player that we have on the team. I
know, but I think the problem is I have a harder time. I would have an easier time taking Weah off and putting him in the front three than I would have taking Musa off in that midfield.
Yeah,
because Musa in the midfield is a workhorse. He brings up him and McKinney are a perfect tag team of destroyers, which allows Tyler Adams to be the passing midfielder that he needs to be as the 6.
Yeah, the issue I have is I feel like Musa and McKinney kind of occupy the same role at the same time.
But having two of those with Adams is not a bad thing.
True. The only issue is we don't have anyone in the middle that can pass the ball accurately very long. Like, Tyler Adams' passing range from what I've seen is very limited.
Yeah.
He within 25 yards, man's on point. But if he's trying to spray long balls out wide and splitting people like center backs and stuff, that's not his game. And I think that's where Gio comes in, and he can really do that on a wire, on a rope type pass.
I don't know. I think with the way Musa and McKinney play, you're not going to need to bring those 25-yard, the on a rope passes. It's going to be a 10 to 15-yard pass.
Yeah, but
they're going to bring it up and then spray the ball.
Sure, but even so, I think Gio's just a way more refined, attacking style player than Musa. Musa on the ball is very good, dribbling wise.
Oh, him, being able to turn on the ball is his range is amazing.
And retaining possession is good. But in terms of his passing and stuff and his decision making once he's in space, that's where
this ref is just giving out yellow cards.
Is Kellen Acosta getting one yet?
No, this is all Honduran.
I think he just gave 2 to Honduras.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just think Musa, like I was saying, on the ball, turning, dribbling, whatever. But his decision making is far less refined than Gio's. And I think that Gio, coming in, is going to be a huge help to this team if he does play in the middle.
See, that's the thing. I think the problem
Walker
is
Zimmerman.
You look at it
Scored?
and go,
Yeah.
I think you look at it and go, what do you? Wow, that's a weird goal.
Yeah, it's not a bad problem to have either.
Well, I think that's the thing. We talk about who would do better and what, but that's the best problem. As dumb as Berhalter has been with decisions, that's a great decision to have to make.
Yeah, because you can make it
having four guys, 5 if you want to somehow try to squeeze Brendan onto the field, but you don't think he's going to take Pulisic or Weah off. You have 5 guys for 3 spots essentially. And the thing about Aronson and Gio is they can both also take in the front 3 spots.
Yeah.
So you have a bit of rotation there, and it creates a lot more options.
Yeah, and I think it also makes it very game dependent, which is good too. You could be playing against a certain type of opponent where Musa would be better, but then the next game you're playing against someone that Gio would be better at. So
can I throw out?
It does look like Walker Zimmerman just hand to the throat, barely, but that one.
Hey,
they do have VAR.
Hey,
here.
They might
he
be
was shielding it. He was shielding.
They might be looking at it.
Yeah, because he kind of right up to the throat, just does a little, but
yeah.
Stunner.
Can I throw out a hot take though with some of this? I think after this game, Berhalter, as much as I wouldn't want this to happen because we have too many talented midfielders, he might be asking Acosta to come into the starting lineup a little bit more often I know this is Honduras and they're not a good team, but
honestly, it's not.
his ability to play a ball has looked very good tonight. I know it's Honduras.
No, honestly,
Tim, I
don't
think
mind
that's a hot
Acosta
take.
over Adams. Like if that, because I think Acosta can do a lot of what Adams does.
Yeah, I think if you need to, if Adams is hurt, it's not really a hot take. I think Acosta can easily.
I think the hot take is they might play him over one of the three in the midfield.
And I'm still totally fine with that. Adams is the one, like, I think McKennie right now is the only one that's a solidified starter every single game. Like McKennie has to
Adams
be
is the starter if he can stay healthy. Again, it's another issue of can he stay on the field.
Well, he's captain if he's healthy. That's
the thing. That's the thing. He's but it's staying healthy, and that's the issue.
Yeah, that's very
I think that even a healthy Adams, like if you started Acosta over Adams, I wouldn't hate it.
I wouldn't either. He's a very good ball winning six, but like you were even to your point a few minutes ago, Zach, like he can play those long balls like out wide. He's done it a few times in this game. Again, I know I keep saying it's Honduras, so maybe let's see him do it again against Mexico. But he played in the Gold Cup final against Mexico and he looked really good.
Yep. So, hey man, Austin Trusty got the move to Europe. Kellen Acosta deserved. That's all it is.
You're not wrong. I'm mad at Colorado, but
you can mad at Stan Kroenke for literally just not wanting to pay himself a fee.
Yeah, we can talk about that stuff tomorrow when we do a Dupe by the River on this channel. Again, we'll be back here talking all things Dupe, and we'll definitely be talking about Austin Trusty because there's some developments about how the Union will see none of that money that Arsenal will be giving to Colorado.
You mean there is no money?
No, that's that too. That too. Yeah.
What time's the preseason game tomorrow? At noon?
I think it's at 2. I could be wrong.
I'm home all day anyway, so it don't really matter.
I love my dad. I just said karate chops to the throat are apparently good to go. And
no VAR needed. Hey Zach, you were right.
I thought it was coming back.
The preseason game is actually at 11 a.m. tomorrow against FC Cincinnati. So for any USMNT and Union crossover fans here, Union FC Cincinnati tomorrow 11 a.m. live.
So stream. Union versus Union 2.
Union versus Union 2, or we could call them Union Midwest.
Union Midwest.
You can't call them Union West because that's still Colorado.
Yep.
So,
yeah. God, I love the MLS and its fake money.
Yeah. And teams doing anything they can to get more of the fake money.
It's so stupid, man. Money is money. I hate it.
I mean, that's like what we were just saying about like the Kellen Acosta trade from Colorado to LAFC instead of moving him to Europe is because Colorado has more of MLS's money.
Well, it's also that because he's not a homegrown, you're gonna collect more. You can collect 100% of that allocation money.
That's what I'm more so talking about. You get more of the allocation money in an in-league trade than you would selling to a bigger club in Europe.
It's just the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. Like it is genuinely like it's basically like the US using the standard measurement system as opposed to metric. Like that's basically what this is.
Well, but I think you'd have to change the league's narrative to where you get 100% of the outgoing transfers if they're not a homegrown. I know that changes.
Yeah, I mean,
and is what it is.
And you kind of even saw that too. Like Paul Arriola went from DC to Dallas instead of to Club America because DC gets more money for him going to Dallas.
Yeah, but as the league changes, like as the league changes in terms of like players going to bigger clubs because they're more well known now and the league's getting more credibility and whatever, you got to change too. It's like the NFL with the freaking with the overtime rule. Like you can't not let Josh Allen touch the ball in overtime. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. Wait, hold on. Shouts to the video guy for the Union, Carl Mandel. Don't change on Twitter, man. Carl goes, "Where are all my people still asking to change our calendar to an August to May schedule?"
Yeah, this would be rough.
God, that's that.
That's a fun time. But Yeah. Man,
I
MLS has some weird money things.
just want the odd
national
tag.
team-
I just want qualifying to be over. I'm over it. I'm
US
so over
national
it.
team up 2-0. You know, almost halftime. They're gonna
It'll be
dominate
nice.
this game.
3-0.
Yeah, I would like 3-0 by half. Ooh, maybe we could get it here. We got
All right, Tim Way needs to just chill over there doing his little Neymar stuff.
Yeah.
I love it. He needs to keep doing it, but like if you're gonna do it, at least like beat him afterwards, not just stand there and pass the ball backwards. You remind me of Callum Hudson-Odoi now.
Oh,
I don't want to be reminded of Callum Hudson-Odoi.
I thought Tyler Adams was number 4. Who's number 4 on the field?
Reggie Cannon, I believe.
That's a great question. They can change numbers every game.
Yep, Messi wore number 10 for PSG the other day, which is weird, but yeah. He's number 30 for PSG, so I don't really know.
I know for these games, for the qualifiers, you can have a different jersey number every game.
Yeah.
So.
Rolled on. The U.S. is number 10 we've been missing.
Yeah.
Hold Dan?
Yeah.
Is it not rolled on?
I've heard both. Roldan and rolled on.
Oh, I thought you were saying like D.O. I'm like,
No.
funny thing is his brother plays for El Salvador.
No.
Yeah,
I know. That is funny.
It's like
Rolled on.
Doesn't Granit Xhaka play for one country and his brother plays for another?
I don't know.
It was like who was the one, the two brothers? One played for Bayern Munich, and then they played for Germany. Boatengs. Yeah.
Yeah, one plays for Germany and one plays for
Boateng.
Ghana. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kevin Prince Boateng is a stud. I love that guy.
When he isn't a mental case and isn't bouncing from team to team, he can
Sure,
score
but
goals.
when he's playing, he is special. Who else were brothers that played for different countries?
I know that, like I said, Granit Xhaka is the one that really comes to mind.
I don't know.
I don't know who his brother plays for.
There has to be other ones, but I'm
sure there's plenty.
Well, I mean,
don't the Nagby brothers play for different? I mean, not that they like actually play, but I think Darlington is American and his brother is.
I know Daryl DK. His brother played for Nigeria.
Oh.
I mean, his family is Nigeria, but he plays for the US.
Pogba plays for France, and his brother plays for. I want to say Equatorial Guinea, but I could be wrong.
Gotcha.
Is that the one that was on Saint Etienne and played
Florentine Pogba,
that played
I believe.
for Atlanta.
Played for Atlanta for a year. Yeah.
Yeah, I believe so.
Some people got really confused when they saw Pogba at Atlanta.
Could you imagine?
That was like when we had Genie Wijnaldum's brother on the Union.
God.
So he plays for Guinea, not Equatorial Guinea.
Okay.
Yeah, he plays for Guinea, and then Pogba plays for France.
Shouts to I would have come out if it wasn't a midweek, but AO Philly.
Yeah,
they're gathered in really tiny bar. Holy guacamole!
Oh no, it wasn't. Hold on. So yeah, I didn't mean Nagby. I meant Chara. Chara and his Diego, and they both play for. One plays for Colombia. The other one is, I think, American citizen.
Diego, I think, technically is an American citizen.
Yeah.
I think like for national team purposes, like one is eligible for the U.S. pool, and the other one is eligible for the Colombian pool.
Yeah, Yimi Chara has played for Colombia. I do know that.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, we are at halftime. It's 2-0 USA over Honduras. Can't say you didn't expect this. I mean, I think we all kind of said this is how this game should be going. It's still looks really cold there. Like there was an injury in the first half, and Matt Turner ran to his bench to put on a blanket for a few seconds. I don't know if you guys caught that while we were talking, but
I don't understand why Matt Turner looks miserable.
I don't know why they're playing this game here. But hey, US up 2-0 at halftime. You guys getting any takeaways from this other than it's a team that they should beat with some bench players on instead of the starters?
I think the thing that I'm seeing is that as Zach said, Weston McKennie is a non-droppable player. I think Weston McKennie is easily. I mean, we've known this for a while, but Weston McKennie is the heart of the midfield. I will say that as much as I give Atlanta fans crap, I think Miles Robinson really is entrenching himself as that de facto starter. I think John Brooks isn't necessary at this point. Maybe on the bench if he stops, playing like shit for Wolfsburg and gets somewhat of his attitude adjustments that he apparently doesn't seem to have. But I think what you're seeing, Ricardo Pepi definitely seems lost. I think he just seems kind of
ever since his move to the Bundesliga, he just hasn't found his footing at all.
Yeah, like he's in a funk. Jordan Morris, I'll say he's given some good opportunities. He's
running.
Yeah,
he's doing what Jordan Morris does.
But in this game, that's not a bad thing. Like I think certain games allow for him to do this. I think Tim Weah having a down game, especially considering I thought he had a pretty good game against.
He's not really seeing the ball too much.
Yeah. I will say though, Anthony Robinson doing pretty well. That midfield, like I said, Weston McKennie, amazing. Kellen Acosta, apparently a free kick specialist because
he's man of the match for me right now. I know it's only halfway there,
two
but
free kicks and 2 assists. Like, I think Greg has to look at it and go, okay, Kellen, if you're on the field, you're taking these kicks. Like,
sorry, Christian Pulisic, you're not taking any more set pieces or corners or anything. Like,
and I'll say that Luca De La Torre, honestly, he's controlled the ball. He's drawn some fouls.
He's looked pretty good in transition, which has not been a skill set of his.
But I think from what I've heard, he's learned a lot playing in the Netherlands about being able to be that attacking mid, to be able to take that ball up. So I think he's learned that over the last few years, and I think he really started to develop into a backup. I think, honestly, he might be one of those guys that hangs on the fringe and gets onto a World Cup roster just by the sheer ability to being one of those guys that can be a multi-tool, playing a few positions in the midfield, and Greg knowing what he's got with him.
Yeah, not wrong.
I think Pepe also obviously this is the only game he's played in really out of the 3.
I'd say he came on as a sub in Canada.
Yeah,
I'm guessing Greg wanted to rotate because the first game was Jesus Ferreira at striker, second game was Giassi Zardes.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's like someone mentioned that, and you guys were like, "Oh, no way, Greg wouldn't do that. They're going to play the most informed striker." I was like,
"Well, I thought the first game. Yeah, I thought the first
they
would have rotated.
I thought they were to go full.
I thought the first game they weren't because it was El Salvador. I thought the second game against Canada, Pepe was for sure going to start
because it made the most sense. But
because that's the toughest game you're going to have to play.
Yeah.
But
you want your best striker against the first place team when you were a point off of them going into the game.
Yeah. But I think Pepe also in this game isn't as involved because of the fact that you don't have Musa or a creative midfielder in there to get him the ball. You have the truck himself, Jordan Morris, on the left side. Who's it really going to combine?
Ford F-150.
And then obviously Tim Weah can combine and do creative stuff with him, but he's not getting on the ball as much. So I think Pepe's kind of just lost in what the U.S. is doing in this game. I don't think it's really on him so much as it is on just how they're trying to play.
Yeah. I don't know. To me, this whole first half, it's a needed result right now.
Still disappointing,
but it's just it's you can't really say the U.S. is an improved team after this game. Their place in the standings obviously will be solidified going into the final 3 matches, which is important. But you can't say that this team is better than they were before this window. And I don't think you can say that until they play at Mexico in March. That's their next World Cup qualifier. I think that's the measuring stick for this team. But hey, they're up 2-0. They got 2 set piece goals, even though the second one bounced twice before it got to Walker Zimmerman.
Hey, it's a set piece.
It's still set piece. So Yeah, even if he, stiff arms someone to the throat. It's
Karate
fine.
chop to the throat is
Yeah.
legal.
Hey, he was shielding him.
You heard it, Glesness. Karate chops to the throat.
Maybe not in MLS. I don't trust
Hey,
MLS.
hey, listen.
So-
We'll speak it into existence. It'll happen.
That's fine. Yeah, as long as he scores some more bangers, it's fine. We'll go for every banger you score, you can karate chop someone in the throat. That's fair.
I mean, look at this. 8 shots, 3 on goal, 2 corners, 10 fouls.
73% possession.
I mean, Greg Berhalter will say it's dominant. So,
I mean, to his credit, this game he would be correct.
Yeah. I just have trouble with this team now after hearing the comments and then just remembering that, oh yeah, it's Ernie Stewart, Paul, and it doesn't sit well with me just knowing what how he manipulated the Union. He don't get me wrong, he brought a structure the Union needed, but
yeah,
some of the things that he instills is not
corporate
great.
Ernie Stewart is good. Tactical Ernie Stewart is not good.
Yeah.
Yet he failed upwards.
That's usually how it goes in U.S. soccer, though. So
just still makes no sense.
Hey, look at who's checking in. El Parcero Philly checking in.
I mean, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Brian McBride as GM, I think was a great idea, and I love Brian McBride, one of my favorite players, U.S. players of all time. But Ernie Stewart and on up is just.
Well, I mean, isn't Greg Berhalter's brother someone high up too?
Yep, vice president, I believe.
Yikes!
Oh, I love a bit of nepotism.
Oh yeah, no, it wasn't nepotism. Greg was the right man for the job.
Yeah.
All right, I don't know. I'm still very meh on this team, even though they're winning 2-0. Usually, when these qualifiers roll around,
Tim, I don't think you'd be a U.S. fan if you weren't considering the last game.
Listen, all I remember from the start of this World Cup qualifying campaign, I remember the first game, it was in El Salvador, and I think it was a later start. It was like 9 o'clock start, and I remember posting that it was a brown liquor special, and I was drinking like a whiskey, and someone's like, "Come on, man, it's the first game of qualifying. Like, what are you doing?" And I was like, "This is the U.S. men's national team. Like, the last time they played in a meaningful World Cup qualifier, they got beat by Trinidad and Tobago, and I watched all of that go down.
In depression, serious depression.
So right now,
I remember. God, don't. Yeah. I have distinct memories of that night. Like literally looking at my phone, refreshing the screen, going like,
man,
like it's the results are we still got it, and then as the results came in, going.
I just remember from that night, like I actually subscribed to beIN Sports because that's where the World Cup qualifiers used to be, and like having their studio talk about the U.S. match, and then the scores rolled through, and like everyone in the studio is like, "Oh, the U.S. did not qualify for this World Cup," and like it was.
My favorite was it Panama or which country got that phantom goal that never went in, went outside the net, like didn't even go in the net, but the refs called it a goal, and I'm like, it wasn't even close. It wasn't like, oh, it was like really close. No, it wasn't close by a mile, and they called it a goal, and I was like, I was just like, oh my God, like what the shit.
Yeah.
Nah, but listen, I as upset as I was that they didn't qualify, it was so necessary. Like, because
it was a good hard reset for sure.
It was so necessary. Yeah, it was just something that needed to happen, because if not, like the dual national thing, I don't think would have ever become a real thing that we would be going through, like with Dest and Musa and Robinson and all these guys that could play for England or the Netherlands or whatever. I really think that just like it needed to happen, and they deserve, like, as like Justin was talking about the phantom goal. Like, I don't care. You just beat Trinidad. They didn't even have to win, right? They just had to tie.
They needed to draw. To draw.
You needed to tie Trinidad, and you couldn't even do that.
Yeah,
you didn't deserve to go. You didn't deserve to go.
Well, there were a lot of there was between that field being shit and whatever the hell that goal from nearly midfield was against how, like, there was a lot of things that were just like,
Yeah, it was rough. Luckily, we're not in that spot right now. Everything does seem still gloomy, but the U.S. sits in second place in the octagonal with 3 games to play.
Shots that Carl responded to. I said, I love you, Carl. Don't change. He goes, we're all thinking it. I just had to say it. The keyboard heroes are silent tonight.
I mean, they are. So, yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't want to be, an MLS team coming to Minnesota in January and February.
No. But we got to be like most of Europe, even though there's several.
I think that MLS could change their schedule. They could start later, which like later as in like June, but I wouldn't want that. I still like the pretty much March to November time frame. I think,
and it kind of like breaks up the soccer too, because like when all of Europe ends, like there's still more soccer to watch.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like if they don't play in the summer, what am I supposed to watch during the summer?
Exactly.
Like I don't like what I think it makes. I think it's good to keep it the way it is.
Yeah. Looks like, according to someone I just saw JT tweeting, it's like Andre Blake may have saved a penalty.
Again? 2 in 2 games?
That'd be 2 in 2.
Someone tweeted that Costa Rica just missed a PK, and JT responding, some people would say that it was saved.
Yeah, the official stat is saying it's a missed penalty, but
But they're going to say that whether it's been.
Yeah. Just looking at
Andre with, what is that, 2 PK saves in 2 games?
2 games. Yeah. Unfortunately, his team can't do anything for him.
Nope, it is still 1-0.
Yeah.
Although they are dominating this game in terms of possession anyway.
So by Berhalter standards, they are.
Yeah, I wonder what the XG is.
Let's take a look. Let's take a look.
Bring out the advanced stats there, Labasso.
I'm saying this facetiously. I don't care about XG.
Oh, I know. That's why I'm like Zach being the analytics guru here.
I still want to find it, so hold
on. Yeah, so right. El Salvador plays Canada tonight. Actually, are they playing or no?
That game, El Salvador plays Canada at 9:00 tonight.
But did you see that El Salvador was planning on not playing?
No, I missed that.
There's a whole dispute with their federation because
of bonuses and stuff.
Bonuses.
Oh, wow.
There was whatchamacallit, like they, from what I heard, and someone correct me on this if I'm wrong. My understanding was that for flights for a lot of these teams that are flying into the U.S., like El Salvador was playing, I think, in Miami, which people playing in Miami for their next game or whatever. I thought that CONCACAF or the federations were supposed to be covering like chartered flights.
I don't know.
And I say this only because when I was flying back from Columbus on Friday, I saw like at least half the El Salvador team walking past my gate, and a lot of El Salvador fans taking pictures and talking with them. And in fact, I think I mentioned it that player who plays for North Carolina FC in League One, was actually sitting at my gate as well, flying home. But I mean, it wouldn't surprise me with the way things been going with some of these federations. I mean, I know Jamaica.
Jamaica is having their own issues with it.
Their own issues, and it's not an uncommon thing within CONCACAF.
Right. It's just unfortunate. You see that all the time. Unfortunately, when like U.S. hosts Gold Cups and it's the group stage, and some CONCACAF teams come to the U.S. and some players go AWOL because they're trying to.
You mean whenever Cuba plays and have their team defects?
Yeah, that's just it. It's a mess when that kind of stuff happens. So, hopefully, I mean, if that game doesn't get played. I would assume Canada just gets the 3 points.
They should. Although apparently, from what I heard, the CONCACAF's been like very like lenient with like teams protesting stuff, so they might replay it. I don't know.
I mean,
But does it? Why would you replay it? Like El Salvador can't qualify. Like, you know what I mean?
They El Salvador still can. Like,
Yeah, they can
literally win the last
every
games.
game. Yeah, every
win
game.
their last 4 games and hope like Panama and or Mexico drop a lot of points. So
yeah,
just to make a playoff. So
yeah, you might as well not play.
It was like Honduras before their last match that they just played. They technically still could have qualified, but they would have had to win their last 5 and the same scenarios.
Who did Dortmund play next?
I don't know.
They play this weekend? Play Sunday against Leverkusen. So hopefully.
Man, I hope Gio can start to play again. Yeah.
He's so special. I love Gio. He's my man. I've been saying it forever that he's going to be the best player we have, and he's been hurt for like 6 months, man.
Yeah, it's been a while. It really has been all of this World Cup qualifying cycle. So since September.
Since the Nations League in the summer, was the last time he played.
Wow.
Just crazy.
But. Yeah. All right. Looks like we're about to get started here for the second half.
What even was his injury?
The U.S. players are on the field, the refs are on the field, and there's Honduran guys, I guess, just kind of standing on the sideline. I don't know if what's going on here. Looks like they're trying to make subs, but the team's not on the field yet.
It's a hamstring. Yeah, hamstrings suck.
Yeah. Did it happen in the Nations League final? That game was such a blur. I can't even remember all the details.
Yeah, I don't remember.
That was a one interesting game for sure. Oh, man. I feel bad for these players now. Like they're just standing on the field. Like they came out of the warm locker room. Like, let's get this game going. Let's go.
Dude, yeah, they should have started like right away. They shouldn't just like kick the ball in the air and been like, play.
Yeah. All right. We're actually gonna kick off the second half here. Let's get it going.
So Honduras is making a sub.
Yeah, we need 2.
U.S. is not.
I don't know if they will. I mean, they will obviously, but I don't know if they will need to change right away.
No, I don't think they will. I expect to see Brendan this game though.
I hope so because Salzburg have been on that break, which is sort of why he didn't start in that first game, I would think, because he wasn't really in form. And he looked okay against Canada. He's still a little rusty, but this sort of game, even with the weather, is kind of made for him to run around and terrorize the back line.
And then I wouldn't be surprised if we saw Ferreira as well come in for Pepe at some point.
Honestly, he looked pretty okay, except for the 2 sitters that he missed. And
in possession, he was
I thought
fine.
Ferreira did not play well.
You were there in person, so yeah.
Oh, those sitters he should have made those.
I know.
100%.
Did it give you Casper flashbacks?
He didn't do anything else.
Did it give you Casper flashbacks?
Oh yes. It was like Darren going like, oh my god, I understand what Zach like.
Yeah.
Like, God, I was listening to our friends at Views from the Bridge.
Yeah.
And they were actually bringing up this whole conversation about Casper. And it was some of the conversation I understood, but then they brought up the goals per minute. And with Orr, it was it was like 1 per every 109 minutes.
Yeah, 1 per 109.
It was like, oh shit! Like that was like,
dude, he's scoring a goal, a half of soccer less than Casper is, or contributing to a goal. Like,
and the funny thing is, you look at. So I didn't even realize that he was teammates with Hani Mukhtar.
Yeah.
And Mukhtar, he's friends with Mukhtar, and Mukhtar is actually the one he called and asked about the MLS and said, he goes, you would love it here. You would love to play here.
Yeah.
So I guess we can thank Mukhtar and Nashville for.
Hey, I mean, they're in the West. They're in the Western Conference this year, so it's all love now.
Thanks, honey.
Yeah.
Which I find it. I love that it's
So worst case scenario, we have to worry about them in the MLS Cup
Final, right?
Yeah, you don't have to worry about them in the
I'll be
playoffs.
hosted in Philadelphia.
Yeah, I mean Union go to Nashville to open up their new stadium during the season.
I'm going to be there.
Hey,
when the U.S. when the Union win the quad this year, win the quadruple.
Let's do it. Why not?
He's saying they're going to win the Shield, the Leagues Cup, the
Open Cup, and the MLS Cup. Yep, all of it.
Hey,
It's never been done. The Union spent money on DP strikers, so it happened. It's gotta happen now.
I mean, listen,
Zach.
And apparently a Ghanaian who we know nothing about.
I still, not that I don't believe that, I still don't know, like, because when he said, like, oh, the deal will be done in a week. And it's been, like, almost 3 weeks. And
Owusu is the only, like, now that, like, Matt Ralph, like, mentioned that to me, it's the only one that makes sense. It's the only thing that makes sense.
He plays on Vancouver, I saw. So, so he's a midfielder. So that wouldn't be
swap deal for Jamiro. Like makes the most sense.
You think? I mean, he's not a DP, but they don't have an international spot.
Yep. So
I don't know.
But like then that frees up an international spot. This is like the first time ever that the Union have used all 3 of their DP slots.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. That's the one that makes the most sense if it does happen.
Which
wasn't Vancouver one of the teams when Jamiro last summer had interest from the Netherlands and stuff?
It was a Western Conference team.
So maybe it was Vancouver.
There was one Western Conference team that we were all like, why would he go there? It's as far away from the Netherlands as possible.
Maybe this was just a long play from.
And maybe Canada's got better immigration rules for his family. Like,
I think it's worse, to be honest. If they didn't let Tim Weah come in because of some of his vaccinations, that is
so the thing with Weah. Oh,
that was a close one from Weah right
there. So the
there.
thing with Weah, and it's an understandable. Well, I think USSF should have understood that, but apparently with Weah, he had gotten the first shot and then gotten COVID. So according to French laws, he's considered vaccinated, which would be fair. It's a fair, I mean, the way the science is now, you can understand how they, and even I think
that's a great America, that might be McKinney.
Yeah,
I think that might be the same thing.
But for Canada, you have to have both shots.
Mm-hmm.
So Weah was the only player that didn't fall into that category.
Why is that a foul? Why? Someone tell me why that's a foul.
Wait,
I think they called it on Zimmerman because Zimmerman was super low and kind of like hindered.
If they called that on Weston,
Ken, am I missing?
Did they swap goalies? I saw they made a few subs.
I don't think they swapped goalies, but
I think they did.
Did they? I saw them make subs.
Number 22 was in net.
Oh.
All right, if that's on Zimmerman, fair enough. But if that's on Weston,
no, it can't be.
Let me look at the game.
Yeah, no, I have to check. Yeah, I don't know.
I
saw them making subs, but I didn't think it was their goalkeeper. Maybe it was.
Yeah, Luis Lopez out. Edric Menjivar in.
All right then. I mean, why not?
Yeah, what do you say?
Wonder if we'll know soon if that El Salvador game is going to happen against Canada, because that would be a fun one to watch after this one. See if El Salvador can pull off an upset for U.S. men's national team here. So 52 minutes in, U.S. is looking dominant again, to use Greg Berhalter's words, but actually winning the game this time. And Kellen Acosta is taking another free kick. So, yeah, I think this guy just might have found a way to squeak himself into a starting role even against Mexico.
Now, to be fair, I think if Gio's in, he takes the set pieces. Like, so Kellen Acosta is not a necessity. But even so, I still think like Kellen Acosta can do the job that Tyler Adams does. As of right now.
And
Weston McKinney in a little bit of a tussle there.
I love him. I love him.
Acosta just tried to shoot that free kick, and he won a corner. I can't right now.
Ellis is like, can we just play, man? Like, please.
Yeah,
That actually was not a bad idea.
it wasn't a bad
Like-
idea. It
Nah,
almost
that was
It looked like it might have just had a chance to dip. Like
Because it was. Let's see. It was.
decent.
it might have just dipped. Like looking at
The way that was.
that ball.
I think it hits the bar. I think it hits the bar, but
It was
yeah.
close because that ball looking just kind of like
Died right in front of the net.
So we've talked about in previous matches the US's game plan of we're gonna let like Christian Pulisic or Brendan Aronson or someone dance on the ball and hopefully things happen. In this game, it's literally just all right. Listen, Costa, go wide. And we're gonna play you the ball, and you just hit long balls into the box. Like, it's not a bad game plan, but
Which on a cold night, like,
yeah.
might as well, man.
Ooh, I would not want to be one of these subs right now warming up.
No, I'd be like, Greg, listen, man, just keep me over here on the heated benches.
I want
I
to
don't
sit
need
on
to
the
go in.
bench. I want to sit on the bench with those warmers.
I don't need to go in.
Yeah, the guys are like, Coach, can we like warm up on the bench? Like,
Can we go in the locker room? I can do some good stretches in the locker room.
listen, calisthenics. Got to get those
stretches in.
There's plenty of room in there.
Yeah. Yeah, every play is just get the ball wide and hit it into the box.
But it's working though, like for the most part.
Yeah,
They're creating chances, so I'm okay with it.
I'm okay with it
very
too.
good.
It's
Very good today.
I just wish they would have tried something like this against Canada. I think is still why I'm like, I don't know how I feel about this. Like,
well, you got to remember, Timmy. Greg didn't know that they were in a low block until he watched it for a second time.
No. Then he
don't
said,
remind me
"Oh,
this.
we're doing
Right? But how would he not know if it's literally been their game plan that has seen them go top of the standings, like from not being in even qualifying last time? Like that's their identity. Is a low block to a counter
with a low block to give it to Jonathan David as quickly as possible.
Yeah, like just outlet to Tejan to find David or Laren, or outlet to Alphonso Davies when he's healthy to find David.
Larea is fast as hell too. So just anyone with pace, and then get it to Jonathan David inside the 18, and you score.
Honestly, I would kill for the U.S. to play like that. I know they have too many good possession players to do it, but
and that's the thing. Like, we are so capable of tiki-taking around every team in the CONCACAF. We just don't have the tactics in place to do it.
Yeah. We started this stream off with you saying Jesse Marsch should be the coach. Do you think he would implement that?
I think he definitely could. Leipzig is definitely a team that likes to keep the ball. Not against Bayern, of course. No one keeps the ball against Bayern. But like when they're playing teams of their caliber or lesser, they dominate possession. They dominate shots. They dominate chances. At least when everyone is healthy and they're actually like the squad that they normally have.
Yeah.
Now is Jesse like the most possession oriented guy? Probably not.
No, I would think he would just be a counter press, sort of like
the gegenpress, the Red Bull system.
So I think because of the talent that they have, I think he would kind of combine it the way that like City and Liverpool do, because they high press like crazy.
Yeah.
But then when they get the ball, they just keep it and they wear teams out and they wear them down and wear them down. Then they score like 3, just boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm not entirely sure if giving us too much credit, but all right. LDLT.
Yeah, this last little sequence here, the last like 3 minutes, has been actual possession tiki-taka like style of passing and moving. Which, God, if they could have just put 2 passes together against Canada's low block, I don't know. I'm still frustrated over that.
Oh my god, this is for the most part. This has been very, very possession based, and I am liking it.
Yeah, I don't
Richie.
hate it when it's against it, when it's like this.
See, the thing is though, like this is a type of team where you should just totally outpossess. Like they shouldn't even touch the ball.
Yeah.
Because you scored early and you've earned the right to keep the ball.
Yeah. Let's look.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, US has 74% possession.
Pepe
right now. Yeah, Pepe's a little greedy there. He didn't turn his head and see that he had two people running behind him.
I still think as a forward, I'm taking that shot, but you got
for sure. I mean,
you got put that on target.
You're up 2-0. Yeah, that's fair.
Honestly, I would say,
Zach, I'd say one further. I think you put that back to Weston.
Oh,
dude, I don't know, man. As a striker, you get the ball. I think he might have blocked that, to be honest.
No, but I mean, trust me, as having been a striker for up through high school, don't get me wrong, passing up a shot is tough, but sometimes you got to know when your teammate's in a better position. I mean, Weston McKinney was about maybe less than 5 yards back and probably would have had no defenders on him. And I think it's a better shot on net.
See, if anything there, I don't even think I play Weston. I play the guy running.
Yeah, it was Jedi Robinson.
I would play Robinson there with a little back.
The goalie just took it to the face in 1 degree weather.
And the
Tim Way is like, do I keep going?
The ref didn't blow the whistle at first. He was like, and then Tim Way was like, I'm gonna play this ball out now because this dude just took it to the face.
Yeah, like at that point you're like,
yeah. If anything, I think I'm gonna flick it in behind to Robinson there, but I just don't blame him at all for taking the shot. I blame him for missing it so horribly.
Yeah. No, he was way off balance as well on that. But
yeah.
Apparently, so Ives from SBI Nation, who was the one who tweeted about Matt Turner, was just running laps. Literally, while the team has been down the other side, he's just been running side to side outside the 18.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, as a goalie, I'll say I don't blame him. If your feet, like no one understands, like it's not the rest of your body that would be cold. The biggest thing and problem with a goalie standing still is the cold. Depending on how cold it is there, that cold comes up through the soles of your cleats.
Yeah.
And that's where it gets uncomfortable and your feet start, basically feeling numb.
Yeah.
Oh, the worst is when they start to thaw out and they get all itchy. That's the worst.
When it gets cold enough, Zach, you've got that feeling like you want to scratch the bottom of your soles, but it's not going to help because it's still so cold.
Yeah.
My hands are what gets the worst. Like I can deal with my feet being cold, but my hands are the worst. I hate it.
What I love about being a goalie.
I hate when my hands get cold.
So
I remember
goalie gloves are warm, man.
Apparently, Christian Pulisic's about to come on.
Fair. Play him out of the slump.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I mean, if you can get a goal, one way to get your confidence back, I guess.
Yeah. I remember I played a tournament in Lancaster, and it had rained a lot the couple days before the tournament, so it was super muddy. But it was also 30, less than 30 degrees outside. So I had gloves on. Now, my hands got soaked because, you slip in the mud and you put your hand down to catch yourself. So they're getting all wet. And then it's freezing cold outside. It hurt so bad I thought I was going to throw up. It was a horrible
I remember
experience.
There was one game. It was one of the last years I think I played rec soccer in high school. The intramural, the town league.
Yeah.
And we were in the championship. It was second half. It started snowing. It was a game in November. It started snowing. And it ended up we came back to tie the game, scored the first goal. It started snowing. By the second half and overtime, it was raining. And Zach, I understand that feeling. I had long sleeves, but I didn't have gloves on. So my sleeves were just like soaked to the brim. Like I even as it was, I had to wring out the rain. It was like cold rain in November. It was just like, oh. Got Tim Way. What a man! Honduras is just stacking on the box there.
I mean, I can't blame them. I don't know how many of them really want to keep playing right now. So
I, for one, would not.
It's better to kind of just stay compact. We're not going to get embarrassed anymore unless they get more set pieces. So we're really not going to pressure the ball so we don't give you a free kick.
Yeah.
And we'll just let you pass it around the 18 for a while, and then the clock will run out.
Yeah. Basically.
And I'll also say, as I'm scrolling through Twitter here, shouts to our boy Ryan, currently live streaming his own.
His Canadian
for the Canada El Salvador game.
So I guess the game is being played then.
I would assume it would be. Then yeah.
El Salvador.
Christian
Jonathan
Pulisic.
David's gonna score like a hat trick.
Yeah.
He's so
Probably.
good, man. He's so good.
Pulisic's coming on for Jordan Morris.
Oh, nice.
Jordan Morris got a good 64-minute run out from not being healthy.
I'm thinking for Canada, we
Oh
got
man.
Christian. My star boy. Actually, no, Gio's my star boy.
Their heads are probably not in it that well, considering El
Is
Salvador.
that you, Justin? You listening to his stuff?
Sorry, I'm trying to turn that down.
Oh, you're fine. You're fine. It's all good. You're just trying to get some recon on how he thinks Canada's going. So it's all good. Jamaica lost 1-0 to Costa Rica. I believe that they're going to be eliminated now. I don't think they can make it anymore with 3 games to play.
Costa Rica, I'm trying to think.
Costa Rica is 1 point behind Panama right now for that 4th place spot. So. Yeah, Jamaica's max points is
Jamaica,
games is 12. They're done. If El Salvador loses tonight, they're done. So it would literally be the last 3 games would come down to 5 teams for 4 spots. So not the best, even with this win.
Pulisic got fouled already.
Yeah.
Yeah, come on. It's a game. He's gonna get fouled.
Surprise.
And they're still letting Kellen Acosta take the free kick.
As they should.
And he hit it right to Honduras.
As he shouldn't. Christian would never.
Yeah.
You got to beat the first man.
Yeah, it was not a good.
Yeah, that's a really bad free kick.
They're giving Anthony Robinson all that space on the wing now because they're so compact. It's going to be open.
Dude, how good is that shower going to feel for these guys when they get in the locker room?
I feel like it would actually hurt for a little bit.
Well, yeah, you give yourself a little bit to, thaw out and then
get the hypothermia out of your body.
You put it on like lukewarm to like a little cold because then it like offsets the freezing coldness of you know what I mean? Like you make it so it feels warm to your body or hot to your body, I guess.
Yeah. And now Pulisic's not taking corners though, and Acosta take a corner yet again.
All right, Greg, you earn a point. You earn a point from me.
And how about a corner that gets flicked on to Christian Pulisic who scores? Let's go. This is
yeah. So are we just set piece merchants now?
They kind of always have been. Like this whole qualifying cycle, they just haven't gone in. Like,
of course.
They
course.
find Weston's head pretty much like every time on these corners.
Like at this point, like what is going on right now? We're doing well on set pieces. What?
I mean,
What?
the service might be the key here. I mean that no one's guarding Pepe, which he's the first man on the near post, so they probably should, but he's allowed to flick it on. It falls right at Zimmerman, who doesn't actually control it, and then falls to Pulisic, who just hits it first time.
Pepe with the nice flick on.
That's a good flick on, but you'd think against a quality team that he would be marked there. It probably wouldn't get a free flick on there.
Tim, let's revel in this. Let's revel in the fact that we're doing well on set
you know me. I like to be optimistic.
We're doing well on set pieces. That's like I can't say consistently that we've done that.
Yeah. Hey, I'm just happy that Christian pretty much scored on what was his first actual attacking sequence.
Why does this guy have no shirt on?
I don't know.
I mean, listen, I love the cold and I wear shorts year round, but even I think that guy is
What is wrong with people?
People from Minnesota are people from Minnesota.
They're built different, man. They're built different.
Yeah. All right.
Christian's holding his ears. Why are you not wearing a gaiter, friendo?
He wants to seem tough.
Honestly, I can understand that. I don't care if my ears are cold. I think long sleeves and gloves are really the crucial thing.
See, you know what's really funny is I'm a big short sleeves and gloves guy. Obviously, if it's this cold, no, I would definitely be Under Armour and up. But if it's between 20 and 50, I'm not wearing freaking Under Armour, man.
See, I don't mind. I mean, for goalie, I wear tights because to slide.
Yeah, have to dive and slide and stuff.
Typically, for me, if I was out in the field, I'd say I could go with no long sleeves and gloves, or I wouldn't mind long sleeves and gloves.
I also just hate Under Armour. If I can get a long sleeve jersey, different story, man. I'll rock that long sleeve jersey every chance I get. It could be 70, and I probably still wear long sleeve jersey.
That's why
cool.
I love that my goalie jersey for Sporting Serotonin is a long sleeve.
Same with the home kit for me, the black one.
Yeah,
is the black
I
one
think it did short sleeve. I think it did short sleeve for both for that.
I bought an extra long. I bought the short sleeve for both, and then I also got the long sleeve.
See, I was forced to buy the home kit, even though I only needed the goalie kit.
Yeah.
So, what happens if you have to play? Yeah, come on, Justin. What if you got to go in the field?
No, listen.
You know what happens if Justin has to go in the field? We're in big trouble because then we don't have then we don't have a goalie. So
yeah,
that's fair.
I love the optimism, Tim, but if you need me in the field, we're fucked.
We have no goalie then.
What if it's we're up 4-0 and you're like, you know what? I just really want to go out there and put some passes together.
But then he'd have to change his whole uniform. That
And
would
then
just
I'd
be
have to actually
just put the home jersey over the goalie jersey and just keep wearing all the goalie stuff.
Oh yeah, I'm sure the ref would love that.
If we're up 4-0, it'll be fine. It's fine. It's all about the fun.
Yeah, exactly right. I'm sure the ref would absolutely love that.
They wouldn't get confused at all. It's fine.
And this is weird seeing. And of course, I asked my dad. So is this enough of the goal differential for you? He says no. We need 5.
I honestly agree with him because.
Yeah, but if you win and Mexico draws or loses, you don't have to really worry about goal differential at this point.
Yeah, Jamaica is
Jamaica
is officially eliminated. I've seen a few.
Yeah, rough for them, but I don't know though, Justin, because Mexico should beat Panama tonight. And if they do,
they also should have beat Costa Rica at home.
Listen, I know, but you think they're gonna really not win 2 games that they should in a row?
At this point, it wouldn't surprise me.
I mean, if that's the case, then we really need to make sure Tata stays with them forever. So, But yeah, Mexico wins. They're tied on points, and then if it's a multi-goal win, it's that goal difference just keeps getting tighter and
Not a
tighter.
foul? I mean, I don't think the guy got the ball, but it looks like he just clipped.
I'm
That's-
curious as to why Weston McKinney's still playing.
Him and Tim Weah, because Tim
Yeah.
Weah has injury history and he needs to get off the field.
Throw. They say throw Brendan out there. This
I would
point.
throw Brendan out there. Like he's on his winter break and they're about to come back from it at Salzburg, so why not give him 15 minutes?
Oh, and we got Champions League coming up, guys.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so excited.
They drew Bayern, right?
Let's see.
I feel like they drew Bayern.
They did draw Bayern.
Yeesh. Hey, see
So
what he can do.
we get to see Weston play.
Yep.
We get to see Brendan play. We get to see Pulisic play. Any other Americans out here?
Did P.
Maybe-
team make it?
Maybe Zach Steffen? No.
No.
It is PSG, Real Madrid, Sporting and Man City, Salzburg, Bayern, Inter, Liverpool, Chelsea, Lille, Villarreal, Juve, Atletico Madrid, Man U, and then Benfica and Ajax.
Okay.
Yeah, what? Not next week, the week after? Hell
Oh.
Ooh.
Yeah. What do they call? They call a foul on Tim Weah on that? After that play was dead, Weston continued his run and just chipped the ball past the keeper into the net. I'm here for it.
And they're giving him a yellow.
Yeah. Oh, now that's because he's like trying to fight now.
Well, no, I think he got up. I think the foul. He's getting it for the foul. I think because he got up, and I don't know if he stomped on the guy or just kind of.
Well, he kind of got stomped first, and he retaliated. He retaliated with a kick, and then the Honduran player flopped. That's no.
Okay, well, that's a foul in and of itself.
Yeah.
The first one.
And he didn't even touch him.
Listen, just get Weah off the field so he doesn't get hurt.
The first one is a foul. The second one's not.
Oh, hey, look at that. Brendan Aronson. About
He
to come
barely
on.
touches his knee for Timmy.
I think, I don't know. They didn't put the board up, but they just showed Aronson taking the warm-ups off. So,
Poor guy.
yeah.
Poor guy. It's gotta be so cold. You think he's got hand warmers in? He's got to.
I would.
I would
Now,
as well.
let's see.
It's got to be Timmy. They keep showing him.
They're taking Pepe off for Ferreira, which is the
I
first-
knew it.
And yeah, it has to be Weah for Aronson.
I still don't think Weston should be out there, but what do I know?
Yeah.
It's not like Weston's going to play 90 for Juve the next 3 weeks.
Yeah, I think the reason they keep him on though is just because of his consistency and how they
I mean,
see him
yeah,
as, how they see him as too important to take off even up 3-0.
yeah.
But
Oh, Christian touched that. Yes, you did, Christian. Don't you argue with that. I saw it. I get it. I would argue too, but I saw it.
you always have to argue when it's off you.
Brendan Aronson, the only player on the USMNT to feature in all 11 World Cup qualifying matches.
Could you imagine saying that a year ago when he
No.
just made his move to Salzburg?
No.
This has been something.
Dude, he's going to sell for like $35 million this summer.
I hope so. You think Leeds are still going to be in on him for it?
If they stay up, yeah.
Yeah.
If they stay up, absolutely.
I think that's also one of the reasons why Salzburg was reluctant to sell. One, because they're still in Champions League. And
Yeah,
two,
no,
because-
they were pretty adamant like the whole time. They're like, we're not selling anybody. We just made the round of 16 or whatever it is. It's not round of 16 yet, right?
No,
Yeah, round of 16.
Okay, it is okay.
or Europa League is one of the
Yeah, like we just made the round of 16 for the first time ever. We're not selling anybody.
Yeah,
These are the
no, of
guys.
course not.
And also,
They're-
Leeds has no guarantee they're staying up.
And I'm
And-
sure they didn't want to
yeah.
do that to Brendan, like put him on a team that's potentially going down. Salzburg is going to get a huge influx of cash because they also are probably going to sell Adeyemi in the summer.
Yeah.
They're going to get some money. Dude, they've been making bank. Well, they had Holland, they had Soboslai, they had Daka, and now you have Brendan and Adeyemi. Like that's insane.
Ooh, did Brendan just draw a penalty? No, he said they're saying he flopped. Ooh,
Look like De La Torre got fouled there, to be honest.
Brendan's getting all up in the ref's face.
I mean, he got stuck.
I don't know, man.
There
I
was-
think that's a pen. I think that is.
I don't
there's a
think he
bit of
argues
contact.
like
He
that
gets
if he didn't get hit.
He got tripped up.
Is VAR gonna look at it though when the US is up 3-0?
Yeah, I want to see the replay. Let's see.
I think that's a pen. I don't know. I got to see another angle. Show me another angle.
Yeah, I can't see contact from that angle.
They're not showing another angle. They just keep showing the same one.
Yeah, I can't. I can't tell. Yeah, I can't tell from that angle.
The ref said play on. They're not even gonna. Yeah. Even if there was contact.
I don't think there's enough contact to warrant it. I would love, but
It's
very close. But I don't think there's enough contact to warrant it.
especially in a 3-0 game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's the thing too. If you're a little closer, maybe you're
And I think that if it was actually a little bit more contact and Brendan goes down, then they probably could, or at least
Yeah.
look at it. But he was planning on going down the second he saw the guy over his shoulder. Like, I don't know.
oh my god, now Brendan just got fucking annihilated.
That was a bit of a foul. Yeah.
So-
Kellen DeCosta gonna shoot this? Probably.
Probably. So the Honduran national team, like as in the team that's playing the U.S. right now, just tweeted 2 players of the national team did not return to the second half of the qualifying game against USA due to the extreme weather conditions in the stadium.
So they just
So-
refused
so
to come back out.
Probably, probably the
those
goalie
players-
was one of them.
Yeah, so those 2 players that didn't come back on in the second half were because of the cold. I mean, I
I
get
don't
it.
blame them,
Yeah, I don't either.
especially in a game that like you're not gonna win.
Yeah.
And you've already been eliminated from.
It's
Yeah.
not worth, and honestly, like, hopefully it wasn't like because of like health concerns.
Yeah.
being
Hopefully it
in
was just
cold.
like I don't want to go back
Yeah.
out there.
Yeah, but if it was, then like,
Ah!
yeah, shame on the U.S.
Yeah,
Soccer
honest. Shame
Federation.
on the federation, dude.
Yeah,
I mean, I've heard enough, but you know what? They made the call. They did it because Canada decided to play in Hamilton for travel purposes. I mean, the
yeah,
rumors I was hearing that if it was going to be in Edmonton or Vancouver, it would have been Portland, San Jose.
yeah.
I think I have no problem with them picking places that are going to minimize travel. I just think people would even go, okay, Minnesota in February could be cold. Now, I don't think anyone anticipated if this were 15, 20 degrees, like I don't think people are complaining. I think because of
Nope,
the wind
not at
chill.
all. Certainly not.
I
But-
think because of the wind chill, people are. Honestly, you know what? You can bitch enough all you want.
Mhm.
And Craig Burley, who pisses me off in general, like the whole nation mentality.
I
And
agree with him.
but he references the World Cup game. Like the World Cup games are always going to be in the summer, except for like in really warm weather. And I'm like shove off it, Burley. You're a country that you can travel north to south in like 5 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So, like,
I don't know.
shove off it.
I agree with the small mentality thing. I totally agree with it. There is
Would you
no
call
reason.
Canada small mentality? I mean, it's not like they have many options to play they're playing outside in frigid weather.
Sure.
The US didn't
But
have to choose
The US has
Minnesota.
options, and especially against a nation where you're going to beat them no matter where you play them. You shouldn't play in minute. Like, I don't care about the travel. Like, I'd rather my players not be subjected to horrible conditions than
Yeah.
like
I don't know. Like when they were talking about having this game here, like the contingency plan for it was if the game could not be played here today because of even more extreme weather, they were going to go to Austin. Like, why not just go to Austin then? You already had a World Cup qualifier there, like against I believe it was Jamaica. You won that game. You just go back if that's your contingency plan.
Just go to Austin anyway. Yeah, I totally agree. There's no reason to play here. Like zero.
There goes McKennie coming out. Christian
Good.
Roldan coming in the 84th minute.
It looks like Weston wants to stay out there. Which
Yeah, I think he does.
Which is kind of he's like I guess at that point, like when you're already running around, you probably don't feel it as much. And he's figuring like I'm probably gonna get colder on the bench than I am just just staying out here running.
Hey, look, there's Christian Roldan.
Yeah, we found him.
USMNT. Not today. He can't wear the tent today because Pulisic's playing. But every other time when Pulisic's not in the roster.
So the Gold Cup.
Yes, the Gold Cup.
Yeah,
and well, I guess he wouldn't have gone to the Olympics, but
no. The Olympics. That's going to be the next batch of Union homegrowns leading the U.S. back to the Olympics.
Yeah, for the first time in like what 12 years.
Yeah, it's getting ridiculous at this point. The fact that they couldn't qualify again, and I forget even when that was, if it was 2020 or before that, was
All right. So U.S. national team going with who is your player of the game? And they have Walker Zimmerman, Weston McKennie, or Kellen Acosta.
Kellen Acosta is my player of the match.
Kellen Acosta, 100%.
Easily.
I could understand giving a shout to Walker Zimmerman because he's the captain today and he's shown some good leadership and he got the one goal. But yeah,
I think I'd give it to Weston over Walker Zimmerman even.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd say Acosta 1, McKennie 2.
That's fair.
Because McKinney's still been phenomenal, but like when you get 2 assists, like you're not gonna not give him the.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah.
Oh wow! And a fun fact: Brendan Aronson is now the only U.S. national team player
to play in all the
every World Cup qualifying match.
Yep.
Not gonna. Yeah, I would say. Everyone jokes that. All us Union fans feel like like a proud parent, seeing their kid, do so well, going off, and it's like, God, could any of us have imagined when Brendan left that he would have this meteoric rise? Like, not even like, oh, he's playing well. He's playing well in Champions League, subject to a big money move and a vital key to the national team right now.
Yeah.
Like, us being a super sub is not something that can be overlooked because it guarantees you a spot on the roster.
Yeah, he's gonna be a super sub at the World Cup. I mean, unless he can displace Weah or.
But that's the thing. It guarantees you a spot on the roster, though,
right?
Because it shows that Berhalter, that's your first guy, one of the first guys on the bench.
Yep,
and I know,
and I could definitely see him starting some matches too.
And I know Berhalter is, keen to pick his MLS guys, but like, who would you rather have as your super sub, Jordan Morris or Brendan Aronson? I mean, it's
give me Paul Arriola's bicycle kick that almost went in.
If that went in, I would have.
I would have freaked out, man.
Shit.
When he went up for it, I thought it went in. Like
Yeah,
I
me too.
genuinely when it left his
against
foot.
Canada.
Yeah.
When it left
When
his
he
foot,
did that,
I
I
thought
was
it was
like,
in.
"Holy shit! Is he going for it?"
What my first thought was, holy shit, he just tied the game. My second thought was, holy shit, he just broke his neck.
Yeah,
Well, no, I
he
thought
landed on his neck.
with when Brendan cut
Ooh.
inside on that one. I was like, "Oh my god, he's gonna do a
Pulisic, second goal.
This guy.
No,
This guy.
no, he's offside.
Never mind.
But I don't know. I don't know if he is. It's a weird sequence.
He is because
Brendan.
or actually, no, I don't know if he is.
Brendan was leaning offside from at least from that.
They're gonna call it on Brendan.
Maybe, but it also depends on where the goalie is. When that ball shot the second time.
Oh, it was on the build-up. It was on Brendan was offside on the build-up.
Yeah,
that's what I thought they were gonna call.
Yeah, they called it on him on the build-up. Yeah. Okay.
someone a friend with on Twitter goes,
guy next to me just saw Brendan Aronson and asked what Timothy Chalamet was doing on the field. And I said, I can't even be mad. He does kind of look like him.
That's a good one. I'm not mad about that.
Someone just asked, did Berhalter just go take a selfie with
He He did. I saw the picture. He did take a selfie with it.
Yeah.
Men in Blazers tweeted 30 minutes ago. Breaking news: World Cup 2026 to be moved to December. U.S. will play all games in St. Paul.
I mean, they're playing it in November. The only difference is it's because
in 100-degree weather.
Qatar, you would literally like melt.
Yeah. Ooh, another chance. Pulisic should have actually had a second one there.
Let's see. You're a little ahead of us, Timmy.
I know.
Oh, that got poked off from behind him.
Did it? I thought.
Yeah. He does get there. He does.
Literally like just Tim. Like he's swinging, and
that's one of the ones where you feel it. Like you're like, oh, the ball's coming to me, and I'm gonna put my foot through it, and then the ball's not there, and you're kicking the air.
Yep. Yeah, actually, the defender just gets before he's about to wind up.
It was a great pass from Della Torre. I will say, look at Della Torre, underrated. Has had a good game. Good match.
Had a good game.
I wouldn't hate him being an option off the bench either. Can kind of control the middle of the field. Well, if we're scoreboard watching, 20th minute, El Salvador and Canada, it's still 0-0. So the longer it stays 0-0, the better chance of El Salvador has to pull off an upset. But see how that goes. 4 minutes of stoppage time? What's the reason? It's like negative degrees outside, and it's 3-0. Yeah. Oh, wait, no. Okay, just kidding. They just ended it. They said, nah.
They're like, nah, fam. We ain't about that right now.
I can't. All right, well, that was a 3-0 win for the United States men's national team over Honduras in World Cup qualifying in the coldest game ever played for the U.S. men's national team.
God, this has been something.
I don't know. This whole qualifying cycle, I
hate qualifying. I hate it so much.
Like there's usually suspense with it, and this game obviously didn't really have it because Honduras is a team that was already eliminated,
and just generally bad.
Yeah, but I don't know. Even with the 3-0 win, and we talked about the players that looked good, I still don't feel great about.
No, because all 3 goals came from set pieces.
Yeah, you're not
like
wrong.
It's great to be good on set pieces like that. Don't get me wrong, that is not a bad thing, but it can't be the only thing you're good at.
Yeah,
like that can't be it. Like you have to have an identity.
I mean, I think the thing that, despite it being against a weaker team, I think the thing you've noticed is the passing was better.
Yeah.
For
It
sure.
actually seemed like they were putting together passes. And I think even against a better opponent, I still think you create more chances than you did against Canada.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. I mean, that was
And-
just a really horrible game.
Yeah, and I think the storylines even before it of like the weather and all that played the factor too of like a lot of fans right now of this team, while this team is going to end this cycle in second place in the standings, like they still aren't necessarily behind them just because there's just been a lot of weird off the field stuff. Whether
Yeah.
it's Greg Berhalter saying that the team was dominant in a 2-0 loss, or way back in the
It's just the dumbest thing I've
way
ever
back
heard.
in the first window of Weston McKennie getting suspended for going out and breaking breaking curfew or whatever. Like there's
Yeah.
just been something each time that has derailed this, and then the weather is another one. So, hey, 3 more matches for this U.S. men's national team at Mexico, at home against Panama, and then on the road against Costa Rica. After this win, 4 points will get that spot.
Easily, I
4
think 4 points.
So
I think best case scenario, you get 7 points if you squeak out a win in Costa Rica.
I still think they beat
case.
Mexico in the Azteca. I still think they do.
Yeah, I
I'm
think
excited.
you have a chance to win
Excited about
one of
that
the
game.
away games. I'm leaning more towards Costa Rica. And
Watch.
a draw in Mexico is not unreasonable at this point.
Watch. This is what's going to happen, right? After all this BS that we've been talking about Greg and how crappy he is with his tactics and stuff, U.S. are going to get 9 points from that last window and look like the world-beating 11 that like they should look like we're all going to be like, I'm going to hold my hands up and be like, Greg,
if
fix
that
up.
happens, I will not feel like I feel right now. That is
No, I will. Yeah, I'll feel pretty good.
Yeah.
I'll feel pretty good.
Yeah.
Hopefully Gio's back. He should play probably Sunday for Dortmund for the first time in like 6 months. So that's good news.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
All right, guys. Well, it's been a fun time, almost 2 hours watching this game. We'll probably do this again for the next World Cup qualifier, which will be all the way in March, Thursday, March 24th, USA at Mexico. So, hey, it's been fun. Thank you to anyone who's been tuning in and watching us, and we'll be back tomorrow night. DOOP by the River. We got Union stuff to talk about. Hopefully, a preseason win over Union Midwest out there. All right. Have a good one, guys. We'll see you later.